gentlemen, welcome to Ulaanbaatar. And the temperature is minus 12 degrees Celsius, or 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Our history is the history of all of life's ups and downs. So writes the UB Post, the Mongolian capital's English-language newspaper. The present and the future serves up some serious challenges for Mongolia and Ulaanbaatar. A sharp increase in population, climate change due to global warming, and the prospect of a major earthquake. Just how is Mongolia and Ulaanbaatar facing up to these realities?
In 2000-2001, I lost my cattle in the Tsu disaster. After that, I was forced to move into the city.
So how difficult was it for you when you first arrived here?
At the time, it was very hard for me. I'd lost my cattle. I had very young children on my hands. And being a single mother, I had to make ends meet. I was sewing to survive. I had no expectations, no job, and no cattle.
Still, it's probably a lot when you've just lost all your livestock and you've had to move.
When people move from the steppes to settle on the edge of the city, they experience major psychological pressure. They feel disorientated and don't know who to turn to for help. The Red Cross offers psychological support from within the community itself. Our main goal is to identify these disorientated people, help them to adapt and provide them with information to help them integrate.
The Mongolian government is working on a policy of decentralization. We're developing mining towns to create jobs in rural areas to prevent the flow of migrants by providing work. We want to improve infrastructure and provide basic human needs. We've not planned for such migration to the capital, and there is a shortage of land. People put themselves at risk by pitching gears in dangerous places without permission. We help them register, the first step to access state help.
We can see here an example. We see the traditional gears, cheek by jowl, next to a modern construction. And they are living so close together, this must be causing immense problems, particularly with the Mongolian constitution as it is, which allows any Mongolian to pitch up and live anywhere they want.
It is very much a significant challenge from a legal perspective, but from another perspective, the social impact that it has is because of the inequities of access that people will have. The people living in an apartment will have access to water, electricity, and hygiene, whilst the people who live in a ger will not.
We've seen changes. Last autumn we had lots of rain, which is unusual here. So much rain. Snow then fell, and we had sudden fluctuation in temperature. One day warm, the next cold. It hurts us nomads. It wets the dung we store to burn for heat. And when the upper layer of snow melts, it then freezes. And for the livestock that use their hooves to dig for grass, like sheep, cows and horses, it's really bad. Winter isn't winter. Spring isn't spring. Seasons change in a confused way. It should be cold in winter and warm in summer.
Climate change is a major concern for both governments and the scientific community. We're here at the Institute of Geoecology at the Mongolian Academy of Sciences to find out exactly what's going on.
Desertification is a combination of climate change and human activity which impacts on soil quality. When we talk about soil, that's agriculture. Agriculture's about grasses and plants. These influences affect livestock. Grasses are not growing, and the upper fertile level of the soil's being wiped out, becoming yellow like sand. In farming areas where we grow crops without additional soil protection, there's degradation in the soil's fertility. The salinity of this infertile soil is rising, especially in the Gobi and steppe areas. Water sources are drying up. We're seeing lakes disappear. In Mongolia, these changes affect nomads more and more.
Seismologists predict that Ulaanbaatar is under threat from a major earthquake. According to the government, as many as 300,000 people are at risk. Independent research puts the numbers far higher.
The government has conducted a survey, and they themselves have identified that many of these buildings, such as the white ones, are unlikely to survive such a movement.
Even if, for example, that building there survives, people won't stay in it. And in temperatures of -40, you've got a problem.
That's correct, and that is really the challenge. It's not only the building collapsing, but the fact that the population will be fearful, and as such will try to evacuate, go outside and face significantly low temperatures, so -40 for a prolonged period of time, and that is in itself a significant risk.
How are your children reacting to being here? Are they happy here? Do they like it?
They say country life is better than city life. There's no pollution and it's not so noisy. As for me, I prefer to be a herder and live in the countryside. As for my children, I don't know.
There's no way I'll move to the city. I'll stay here hoping our earth recovers. Last summer we had nice grass, but for a while we've had bad times all over the place. We still have the great Mongolian wilderness, unspoiled. It's only places closer to the capital that are barren.